In this chapter, we're going to take a look at setting up a cart. We've got our 4 carts here that we imported in the earlier chapter on adding content. So we'll highlight one with the red box around it and go down to Edit. That brings up our version of the inbuilt editor, Smooth Edit, and automatically brings up and selects the title. So we can add to the title here, Wrong Song, and we are happy with the artist there. And then we can also use the third line for a description. So we could say this is first number 1. And then down here we've got the content type and the music category. These two, content type and music category, they are used by Instant Track for compiling playlists either in the pad or in the log itself, using whatever you have set in those categories. This is ideal if you're not using AutoTrack or any other type of music scheduling software. So we're happy with that. Music and A-list, and then we'll figure how the song ends, whether it fades or it ends, once we've had a listen to it. Over here we can also customize the color. At the moment, if we just go back to the audio wall, you can see it's in the default color. We can go in here, put a little tick in the box here, and set the background color to be a different color. We can also change the font as well. Maybe we want that now to be in white. Then once we've saved that, we can see here that it's changed the color of the background and of the text as well. Whenever you are in Smooth Edit, then you can navigate to the rest of all of these tabs, and you can leave Smooth Edit open. You can also load multiple songs into Smooth Edit, and they will all come over here in this left-hand bar. Right then, so we're going to set the intro to this song. We're also going to set the extra, and we're going to also highlight the hook of the song. So then, the intro to the song, probably the easiest way of doing this is to just have the playhead at the start of the file. We can see it's at the start with zeros all at the bottom there. And it's the intro end that we're interested in, and we're looking to set that. So if we click this, and we're listening out for the intro, and we're going to hit the mark button here again. So then we've set our intro. At the moment it's 12 seconds and 88. We can zoom in to double check on that if we want to. Just by placing the playhead here, we can just play over the top of it. Okay, so this point here is where she starts singing. You can see that we're just slightly off that, so we can grab here this green triangle, left click and drag, and we can just drag it right up to where she starts singing, and then that way we've got it absolutely spot on. So that's the intro set, and now we need to do the extro. The extro is the point where if you were in automation, or in fact if you were doing a live show, that you would fire off the next song or the next bit of the next jingle. And so it's the usable length of the song, really. So move your playhead to relatively near the end, and then you can just hit. And then extra is just down here. And then click the button where you, in your mind, would go, right, I'm going to fire off the next thing. And then that is the extra point added. So now that we've had a listen to the end of the song, we can actually go back here to end type, and we can say it kind of is a sustained end, because it kind of ends, but then there's a nice usable piece of music right at the end there. So we've got the options here: ends, fades, slow fade, or sustain end, and we'll go for sustain end on that one. So the other area that you can set the timings for is the hook. Now the hook is used, you could use it in your production to say what songs are coming up in the next hour, and we can also just play the hooks down in the cart players as well. And the hook is the main chorus of the song, the main hook of the song. So to do that, it's normally right in the middle sort of time, so we'll go into the middle of the song. You can have a listen to here, and again it's the same thing. So I'm going to start it there. Okay, I think I've rather gone over the top with the length of the hook there, but we can have a little listen. So we've zoomed in here, we get this little bar here, and we can grab that and move that with the left mouse button, just if we haven't zoomed in central enough. I think I'm quite happy with the start of the hook. And I think I'm going to go up to there. So I'm just going to drag the left-hand side of that over to here and see how we get on with that. And I'm just going to grab the left-hand side of this one as well and just take that back. Just we're not highlighting that. That's better. You can see the numbers in the top right-hand corner where it says hook start. You can see those changing around. We're just going to move that up just a little bit. And we'll go here. Now we can play just the hook just by clicking on this little hook. Okay, relatively happy with that. When you are playing a song, you can use the arrows that are above the full stop and the comma just to move forwards a second at a time. So if you'd like to navigate your song that way, you can do that, and you can push and hold them, and that moves your playhead, the black line, around, and you can see where it is by the timing right at the bottom. So then we've done our intro, we've done our extro, we've done our hook. We've also told it how it ends as well, because Myriad will use that information. If it needs to fade some songs earlier, it will only fade songs that fade at the end. It won't fade any, although you can change that, but by default that's the best way of doing it. So that's everything on here. We're not going to cover the commands or the looping or the hardware. They all covered in the manual if you'd like to find out more information about those. What we're going to do is going to move on to the next tab here, which is the Notes tab. And here, several boxes. This one here is studio notes for the presenter, so when this song is playing, then more information will come up here. So you can say Durand is appearing in concert in the Civic Theatre on March 26th. So that will come up in the information window. And down here, you've got your DAB notes. So these will be sent as part of Myriad's OCP system, which you get with every Myriad install. You can send information to your website. Also down here, you can send to a respective DAB transmitter if you're broadcasting on DAB. So you'd normally put in the title and the artist of the song down there. Information to display on the website. Again, OCP will generate a now playing information on your web page. So you could type in anything that you want to appear there. Also, the items web page, so you can have the artist's website there, which will be hyperlinked on your website. And then down here, the online store reference. Maybe you've done a deal with Amazon or iTunes. You could put your affiliate link, and that will enable the listener to buy the song that's currently being played. Into copyright, here, information that you've put onto the first line of the title, and then down here you can put in what you've put on the second and the third line. So we would actually not want the bit that says first number one, so we can just highlight that and delete. But those are quite useful buttons to be able to automatically copy that information. You then fill out the rest of the information for copyright purposes. Into the other category, here you can see when it was last played, the last 5 plays. You can also see what audio format it is and what the original source was as well. And then over here, pictures. It's another thing that OCP can do. When it sends out the now playing information, it can also send out a picture, maybe an album cover, or just pictures of the artist. You might also want to stick your station logo in there as well. You can put as many pictures as you want in here, and they would just rotate round. So you can just stick more and more pictures in, and you can delete picture as well. So that adds a picture, and sticks it in. And so that will be displayed on the audio wall if you have that ticked, or sent off to your website if you're using OCP. And so there are the 4 tabs at the top there. When you're happy, then you can just click on the Save button, which is just the floppy disk up there, and then you can close Smooth Edit down, and then we return back to the normal 4 tabs. And then you can see up here we've got our new colour, our new text colour, and we've now got a little tick next to this speaker, which means that an intro and an extro has been added, and we've got an S here for sustained end. If it was a fade, it would just be an F, or an E for an end, and then a slow fade would be SF on that one. And that is how you set up a cart.